Hit record. All right, guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy seeing you guys again if you were just on the batching content. So here we are again. Hello. But we are going to go ahead and plan for the week of the 28th. So basically March 1st, the first week of March. Can you all believe it that we are here? First and foremost, you guys, when we're planning for a new month, I do things a little bit differently because the thing is that each week you come and you sit with me, batch your content, you come and you plan with me, and you have weekly goals, right? But my weekly goals are broken up from my monthly goals. So since we're entering a new month, I'm going to take 5 minutes extra to just go ahead and plan our monthly goals together. And then we're going to go right into planning our week and so on and so forth. So if you have never made monthly goals, I want you to just, once I mute myself and we take the 5 minutes to plan them, I want you to plan what things are going to look like for you, meaning how many work with me's do you want to get on each week? How many reels do you want to get out this month? What is your PPA going to look like? PPA is your personally enrolled new either promoters or customers. How many customers do you want to sign up this month? How many promoters do you want to sign up this month? How many trial packs do you want to get in people's hands this month? What do you want your pay to look like this month? What's it going to do for you? Do you have a credit card you want to pay off? Do you have a certain amount of savings money that you want to put into your savings account? Do you have whatever it may look like, right? So maybe it's something that you're working for financially. Write that down so you know every week what you're working for. So it honestly just depends on you and your goals. How many lives do you want to do this month? Maybe you have a set amount of lives, you want to do 5 lives, and then you can break it up throughout your weeks of how so you can hit those goals. Same with trial packs and customers and promoters and so on. So we're going to take the next few minutes and we are going to plan for our month. We're going to get our goals, our monthly goals set up so then we can break them down each week. And honestly, you guys, once you set up your monthly goals, you will be able, your weekly goals will all look the same, right? Because you know what you're working for, you know what you're striving for. So hey, I want to hit this, I want to get this, X, Y, and Z. Maybe you've never thrived for free. So this next month you want to thrive for free. They just launched a bunch of new products. So maybe you're like, you know what? I want to go really hard with my PPA and I'm going to make my PPA goal very high because I want to get these new products in people's hands. Maybe you've never gone face to face in your stories. So your goal is to go face to face in your stories, 3 times a week. Whatever it may be, let's set up our goals. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. If you guys have any questions at all, drop them in the chat and then we will go ahead and start planning for the full week. Okay, so if you're just jumping in from the waiting room, we are planning our monthly goals. We're just wrapping that up, honestly, you guys, and then we're going to go planning into the week. So for example, you guys, in case you're just like, I don't know where to start or where to go. So I have my PPA goal, how many customers and how many promoters out of my PPA. I have like my big goals that I want. So whether that be like maybe auto bonus on a second account, auto bonus on your first account, maybe you have a, like your volume last month was, let's say 500, and maybe this month you're going for 1,000 in your volume. Whatever it may be. I have volume based goals. I have building 4Ks. So I have the names of all the girls on my team that are running for 4K so that I can help them run for 4K. I have how many trial packs I want to get out. I have how much debt I want to pay off this month. So I know which credit card and how much I'm paying off. And then I have how much I want to give. And I have my workouts in here because obviously health and wellness, I like to show my workouts and these products giving me the energy. So I have that written down as well. So you guys, to show you a little bit, my biggest thing is debt freedom. I'm striving for debt freedom. And I love to make an impact and be able to give. That really speaks to my heart. So when I set my goals around those things, like when I write those down, it gets me fired up and excited to get my reels, be bold, share the product, go live, do all of the things, right? So do you see how when Lindsay says, don't always just make 4K and 12K, to really get your goals designed around why you're here. So if you need to, look at your why. Why are you here? What is your vision? And then break that down into bite-sized pieces on how you can go there. If it is to have a savings account, so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck anymore or something like that. How much are you going to put into your savings account? Even if it's $25 or $50 or $10, you guys, start building, and every single month you'll see yourself be able to add to it. When I first started doing this, I wasn't paying off a ton in debt. It was like $50 extra towards a credit card, different things like that. And then I've been able to work myself up, and so on. So, that's kind of what we mean by when we say, don't just attach yourself to 10K or 12K or, 40K or 80K or whatever K, you know what I mean? Attach it to something. Okay, so now for the week, what we're going to do is we're going to break some of those down into bite-sized pieces. So if your PPA, whatever your PPA big goal is, I want you to divide that by 4. So if you have 10, let's do 12 because it's easier for me to divide. If you have 12 as your PPA for the next 4 weeks, you want to help 3 new people this week, right? Makes it a little bit more bite-sized. So you want to help 3 people. Maybe you had that you want to get 12 trial packs out for the month of March. So now you want to try to get 3 trial packs out this month, right? Is that right? Yeah, 3. If my math is wrong, that's fine, you guys. I'm still half asleep over here. I don't, it's a Sunday. I'm struggling today. But do you see what I'm saying about how you take your big goals and you just start to break them down for the week? So we'll take a couple minutes, we'll break that down, and then we're going to dive into planning the rest of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start diving into the week. So we're going to start with our work with me's. You guys, the schedule has not changed as far as work with me's and our overall team Zooms. So everything that we've had is going into another month of being the same. So where you can always find that, if you go into your team page, Limitless is my team page. Lynn's is my 200K upline. So if you have a different upline, because I know sometimes you might have a different upline than me on this particular Zoom, you can go into your team page and it should be at the top under announcements. Most leaders do that. So right now you guys will see that we still have our February schedule up because March is obviously on Tuesday, but I already know the schedule. So It's going to be the exact same. So when you pull up this February schedule, you're going to see all of the work with me times. You're going to see all of the other Zoom trainings that we have, the content batching, the planning batching. It gives you the Zoom ID. It gives you the time. So this is something, you guys, that is so important because so many times people are saying, oh, I don't know. I didn't know there was a Zoom, or what's the Zoom link, or all this type of stuff. You guys, it's all right here at your fingertips. Okay. Utilize your team page. Lynn's, especially in the Limitless, keeps everything so organized. I know M does as well in the Lion Hearted Network, I think it's called. So everything is so organized. So if you guys are literally sitting there waiting for someone to tell you a Zoom ID or when a work with me is, go be your own advocate and find it in here. Okay. I promise you, when you start to do that and start to go and be your own resource of finding things, you build the confidence. And by doing that, I know it sounds so silly, but even going into the team page and finding where the graphics are, where things are at, makes you show up a little bit more confident in becoming a leader for your team and growing your team and your network, right? So it's those little things that all matter and add up, you guys. So if you go, you're going to see February, but everything is the same, you guys. So I'll shout out the work with me's because those are the same in our overall hub. But then after that, you guys can go ahead and put in your own team Zooms, because I know 200Ks have different team Zooms, so on and so forth. What are PTAs? What's PTA? Am I like, do I not know what, did I say that? And I don't know. Oh, PPA. Okay. I'm sorry. PPA. Is that what you mean? Do you mean PPA? If we're talking PPA, PPA is your personally enrolled new, like either promoter or customer. So PPA is like your new people that you are bringing in. So like, let's say you bring in 3 customers and you bring in 1 promoter, your PPA would be 4. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure, because I'm like, maybe there's some lingo. I'm a little older, so maybe I'm like not down with the times and I don't know what, is going on. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm about to learn something new and feel real good. But yeah, so that's what PPA is. So for me personally, I focus on PPA because that's getting Thrive into people's hands. It won't always look like promoters for me or customers for me. Like everything is like PPA. Oh my gosh, don't ever be sorry. PPA. So I like to focus on getting Thrive in people's hands and getting them, whether it be thriving as a customer or thriving as a promoter. So our work with me times, you guys, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I highly recommend, if you are struggling in your business, if you are struggling to get the IPAs down, if you are struggling with routines, if you are struggling with accountability, or whether you are or you're not, get on the work with me's. You guys, I have been here 3+ years. I still get on the work with me's. I have my own work with me time. I can do the IPAs like in my sleep, right? There's something that have been so ingrained in me and something I've been working on so hard to make such a routine over these years, but I still get on these work with me's. And the reason being is the accountability is amazing, but what you learn in them, you will pick up something. So I am always learning from other leaders on how to grow my network, on another way of interacting, on how to use groups. I wasn't a big group person, so I love being able to learn from others on groups. They'll touch on just different little tips and tricks that maybe they're learning. Maybe they learned something that would help your out. Like, for example, on the batching content, Rochelle went into how Instagram right now is really pushing carousels and reels, right? So if you would have never been on there and maybe you didn't know that, you wouldn't know about the carousels, right? So it's like little things like that that you can put into your tool belt to make you become better in your business. And that comes from showing up. So 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You guys know Mondays at 9 p.m. is Lindsay's team Zoom. That is huge, you guys. I never miss a Monday. Unless like it's really serious, but I never miss a Monday. Those are so important, you guys. Yes, you can watch the replay, but I'm telling you, there's something about being on live work with me's live trainings that just hit different. Okay. So 9 p.m. And then you guys take a look at the other Zooms. Obviously, you know, today we're here 11:30 a.m. We have our batching content. And then Christina Brill Zoom if you are 200 under Lindsay. If you have somebody else as your 200K, you will have different Zooms and you can plug those in. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to plan for the week. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you guys some tips, tricks, things to follow, and then I'm going to mute myself so I plan with you guys. So if you were just on the batching content Zoom, you know all the topics that you're going to talk about this week. Maybe you were not on that. What I want you to do is I want you to pull out your fives list. And I want you to decide what you're going to talk about this week. Make sure that you talk product, you talk the business side of things. Make sure you still talk about you, share you, where you're going, why you're going there. You're in like, you need to inspire, educate, entertain. That's what I really like to focus on. Inspire, educate, and entertain. So you can inspire them with maybe your before and after or a glow up. You can entertain them with something that maybe is going for you and your family or where you're working for something. Entertain can be so many different things. It can be laughing. It can be entertaining in the sense of sharing. It can be so many things. You guys don't overthink it. But take your fives list. What I like to do is I like to talk products and business. So I try to keep a very I try not to get too heavy on one side because I can get very product heavy because I am so passionate about the products. Not that I'm not passionate about the business, but I have a 60-pound weight loss with these products. They completely changed my life. So for me, when it comes to talking about the products, it's a lot easier for me to talk about them. When it comes to me talking about the business, I shy away a little bit because it's a little uncomfortable. I can't speak as confidently. So a lot of times I will just start talking real heavy about the products and not so much about the business. So I try to keep myself very balanced, talking about the products and the business. So having your fives list next to you, you know what you want to talk about. Pick a couple things off of why the 5 things you love about the products. Plug them into your planner. That's what you're going to talk about. Pick a couple things off of your fives list of why you're here for the opportunity. Plug those into your calendar. What day are you going to talk about those? And then the 5 things about you, who you are, plug those into your calendar too. If you're someone that loves fashion, home decor, whatever your 5s are, I'm just using mine for an example. So like home decor is one of mine. So I might go ahead and put up a photo of my home in an area and say like, I want to change up the pillows. You guys, like, what do you think? Should I add some pops of color? Right. So then it gives them a little insight into me, who I am. I love home decor. And then it also gets me to engage. Right. Or maybe I love fashion. So maybe I'm trying a new fashion trend. 90s are back. I'm pretty pumped about that. So I got myself some 90s jeans. So I might share like your girl's rocking some 90s jeans, like 60 pounds down. I feel bomb. I'm so excited to be able to rock this. Like who else is getting back into the 90s, right? So not only did I drop about my weight loss, so that might spark some attention, but I'm also entertaining them, 90s. And then I'm also asking them, hey, who else is doing this too? Do you see what I'm saying? So how you take a couple off of the products 5s, a couple off of the business 5s, and a couple about you. So this way you keep things balanced. It's not always going to be just thrive. You guys don't get where you're just thrive. Make sure you're still sharing who you are. So if you are on the batching content, you have all your stuff already ready. You know what reels you need, so on. If you're doing it the other way, like I just explained you how to go ahead and get topics, you have that. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. This way you guys will take the next 5 minutes to plan our week and what we're talking about each day. I'm so happy this is helping, Brittany. I am so excited, you guys, that we do have the batching Zooms now. So if you are not on those, they are very good. And even if you find yourself like struggling to maybe do all of it when you're on there, I always just write down the caption or what she's talking about to post, and then I circle back. Sometimes I'll be very creative, you guys, and then there's sometimes like where I'm like, I can't even form a thought, right? So that happens and that's okay. So that is on the limitless downline for that. New mom jeans. I'm dying. See you guys, look at the topic that I brought up, 90s jeans, right? And look at how we are talking about that. So that's the type of stuff, you guys, don't be afraid to talk about that in your stories, put question boxes, or even post that as an interaction post, right? There's so many different things. I think sometimes we think that we have to always just be Thrive or something that has to do with it. Don't forget who you are and be able to just share and ask things and relate to people. We always say people buy you, right? People buy you. Yes, they buy the product from you. Yes, they join the company and the business because of you, right? So if you are only Thrive and you are not sharing who you are, where you're going, what you're striving to do, or your goals and your visions, and just, the past that you've come from, the struggles, all that, people can't get to know, like, and trust you, right? So that's when we say getting bold, getting out of your comfort zone, sharing. That's when you inspire. That's when you make impacts, right? Okay. So now that we have our week planned, right? You know what you're going to talk about every single day. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our IPAs. So we're going to talk about focused IPAs. Then we're going to talk about stories, and then we'll kind of wrap things up. So IPAs, you guys, we do those every single day, right? Lindsay sends a whole list of IPAs that we get done. And then the rest of my day is a focused IPA. So what does that mean? That means that I will go and focus on what my business needs. If my business needs more conversations, like let's say that my inbox is not popping, my potentials list is not growing, I know I need to get new eyes and get new conversations going, right? So what does that mean? I'm going to focus on more adding and more 3-2-1s, building more relationships, getting out there and doing the things, meaning building those relationships, networking with other people. Maybe you need to clean up your network. So meaning maybe you are on your Instagram or your Facebook and you're like, I can't relate to anybody. I can't talk to anybody. Conversations are super hard. I don't know what to do. First of all, I want you to start letting go of the people that aren't serving you, meaning unfollow. If it's family or friends that you really can't because it's going to start drama, I want you to mute them. If all you're seeing is Thrivers, you guys, if all you are seeing is Thriver stuff, because maybe you're doing a lot of post love, you need to mute them, right? Post love is great, you guys. It honestly truly is, but it's not going to build your business. They are already in the business. So yes, it's nice to love on them and to give them that encouragement. But at the end of the day, if your time is limited, you need to make sure that you are doing what you need for your business while you're on your social media. So make sure that you are muting other Thrivers, and then you can circle back and you can go ahead and interact with them when you have the time to do that. But this way, when you're on, you're intentional. So maybe one day you need to spend unfollowing and cleaning up. If your followers to following is like way out of ratio, meaning you are following way more than are following you, you need to bring that down. So that means you need to unfollow. So maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to, like I said, start doing more 3-2-1s, building more, meaning going and finding new people, adding more new people to your network, finding people that you're excited to interact with. I say this on every Zoom because we always have new ears. When Sam said this on her work with me, when she said that she didn't like interacting and everything because her network, it was just ugh. So then she went and was intentional with who she was following and bringing into her network, and she gets excited to go and interact. Are you excited to get on your social media and interact with the people that are there? Because here's the thing, you guys, you have the power to see what you want to see. So if you are not loving what you're seeing, let's clean up. Let's go follow new people, right? So that we can do those 3, 2, 1s, build those interactions, build those friendships, build those connections, because you're excited to do that. When I started actually really being very intentional with that, yes, Sam changed her whole business. And I can agree, you guys, it has been changing mine. I actually get excited to go on and to interact with people because I'm like, yes, I chose for you to be here because I liked what you had to say. I liked what you were showing, and I'm excited to interact with you. But I can say I was in the flip before, Sam, where I was like, oh my God, I feel like this is just like pulling so much out of me. So you guys, we do our IPAs every single day. Now I want you to decide a focused IPA that your business may need. And maybe like you're like Casey, and she spoke on the one training. And if you guys didn't watch that, you can go back and circle back. It was me and Casey. It was just a few weeks back with Lindsay talking about IPAs. And for Casey, she likes to do a focused IPA for the entire week. So maybe her focused IPA is 3, 2, 1s. Maybe her focused IPA is cleaning up her network. Maybe her focused IPA is, just really getting heavy on the interactions. I personally like to change them up. So I like to do like, maybe I'll do a couple days of, cleaning up my network. And then I go really hard on 3, 2, 1s and adding to my network. You could do every other day. Depends on what you want to do. So let's go ahead and choose a focused IPA. So this is on top of your IPA list, you guys, so that every time you have that 3 to 5 minutes in your day, you're going and you're just doing that. So this way, you guys, when you have that focused IPA and you are intentional, the thing is when you go onto your phone, you will no longer scroll because you know what you're going in for. I know I'm going in to go clean up my network. I'm going to clean up my network. Then I'm going to interact. I'm going to go in and I'm going to follow some new people and do 3, 2, 1. So when I open up my app, I'm finding some new people. I'm 3, 2, 1ing. Maybe I'm going to people that I haven't seen in a long time or I'm going to the least interacted, because a lot of times those are people that fell through the cracks. And I'm going to do 3, 2, 1s on them and decide, do I want you here? Do I not want you here? Like, what's going on? Right. You know what I mean? One of those things. So let's go ahead and pick our focused IPA, and then we will go ahead and talk about stories. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and talk stories, you guys. And then we will kind of wrap things up. So in your stories, I like to be intentional with my stories, meaning every single day I plan out what my stories are going to look like. Yes, we have our products up in our stories every single day. And if you're not, you need to work on getting that done, right? Put those in your stories. And it won't always look the same, you guys, because not every day looks the same. For example, I can't take step one. So I'm super pumped about these multivitamins. So for me, my step two is later in the day. So you'll never see a shake for me or lifestyle mix going up in the morning. It is normally around 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever time I'm kind of eating lunch, I pair it with my lunch. So that has worked for me and that's what I do. But I always throw on my wearable nutrition first thing. So mine will look different every single day, right? It looks different. So it honestly is going to be however it is for you. Take them through your day, right? Don't just try to like share things because you think, oh, I gotta put up step 1, 2, and 3 right now. But maybe you're taking step 1 and 2 after you put the kids on the bus, right? Put the kids on the bus, take them through putting your kids on the bus, and then come home, take your 3 steps and show them that. Show them your entire day and show them, yes, Sam, I ran out on the batching content because I forgot to put in my wearable nutrition. So it's too funny. So make sure that you show them, you taking your products, right? Those go up every single day. I like to then share my life. You guys, are you sharing your life? Are people getting to know you? Are people, no matter how mundane it may feel or how like I'm boring or I don't do anything, you guys, I don't leave my house. I really don't leave my house. So when I actually go to the grocery store, I tell people I'm going to the grocery store. When I'm doing things, I share that. If I'm just sitting on my couch and I'm like hanging out with my dog, which is normally what I do every single day, I share that. Share what's going on. If I'm doing laundry, do you guys, every time I post laundry, you don't even understand how many people are in my inbox. Like, girl, same. I do not want to do laundry right now. Right. I did like this one last time where I was like, I posted about the laundry and then like, a few slides later, I was like, you guys, that was like a workout. And I was like, this is my reminder. Don't procrastinate and get your freaking laundry done. And I had multiple people that were like, thank you for calling me out. Like, I'm going to do my laundry. So, oh my God, Sam, yes. You can come do, I hate laundry. I hate it. But I mean, I love laundry. I love laundry. I'm learning to love the things I hate, right? That's how we start. So you guys make sure you're sharing that. But what I like to do with my stories and in my planner is I like to decide, am I going to be putting up some type of before and afters with a promo? So maybe I have product credits and I'm going to do free shipping. Maybe I'm going to do free balance. Maybe I want to talk about them like the multivitamins or the new products. So I'm going to decide which day I'm going to talk about the new products. I'm going to decide when I'm going to go face to face and talk about the 3 steps. When's the last time you actually went face to face and shared with them what the 3 steps was? When's the last time you went face to face and actually shared what the business was? Right? Or part of your 5s? I try to go face to face every single day. It might not be about the product or the business, but I'm face to face. I try every single day, whether it's just me talking and being like, you guys wouldn't imagine what happened to me today, or it's y'all, I can't live without these products, or I'm like kind of sharing the products, but also talking about whatever happened. Right? Like, I do that a lot because I like, if I watch a show, I'm so an empath and emotional. So I'll be like, you guys, I'm sipping on my lifestyle mix, getting all my feel goods. And all of a sudden I started crying because I'm watching this show. And, so I'm like, literally like, just kind of watering everything. So go ahead and take some time to figure out what you want to talk about in your stories and put that in your planner so that okay, I need before and afters this day. I try to talk business and products every single day. Your stories go away after 24 hours, you guys. So every 24 hours is a new 24 hours that new people are coming and looking at your stuff, right? So you need to make sure that you are sharing every single day. You shared about the products yesterday. Cool. You got to share about them today. You shared about the opportunity yesterday. Cool. You got to talk about it, right? You got to share these things because there's always new eyes coming. Someone saved me. Oh my gosh. I would die without a dishwasher. I don't know how you do it, Andrea. Girl, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. I can't. You should be talking about that. Look at how much, like, if you're not talking about how I'd be talking about that almost probably daily. People would be like sending me a dishwasher. That's how bad they'd feel for me. Talk about that kind of stuff. You don't have one either. Oh my God. You guys, I don't know how you do it. Hire a full-time dishwasher. Yes. See the little things, you guys, like, I don't know about you, but like, you're either probably constantly washing the dishes, or I feel like I'm constantly emptying the dishwasher. That's stuff that I need to talk about more. It's so relatable, you guys. And then the best part is, you can share that stuff while you're working your business. So people are going to be like, wait a minute, she talks about how she's at home with her babies or she's earning an extra income, but yeah, I see her emptying her dishwasher at night. Like, she's not going anywhere. So how is she making this money? Or maybe this is what you do full time, right? And they're like, wait a minute. So it's the middle of the day and she's just emptying her dishwasher while like somebody's sitting at their 9 to 5 thinking about all the things that they have to do when they get home. Do you see how these types of things, like, you may think are so silly, but somebody else is thinking about that? Do you guys know that I joined Lindsay because she was a stay-at-home fur mom and I was working and I did not want to be away from my dog? So I loved that she was a stay-at-home fur mom and she would talk about that. And I was like, I want to stay home with my dog. Like, what? I saw her working her business and she was at home with her dog. And I was like, I want to work my business at home with my dog. Right? It's like the littlest things that you don't understand. Somebody on the other side of the screen is sitting there being like, I want to empty my dishwasher during the middle of the day while I'm just earning a paycheck. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, those types of things that you don't think about. So let's go ahead and plan our stories for the week. Okay. So now we have you guys set up very well, right? You know what you're talking about each day. You know how many reels you need to get out. You know what PPA you're going for. You know how many trial packs you're running for. So you know when you're going to talk about trial packs because you put that in, right? It's in your stories or whatever. We've talked about focused IPAs so that you can get your business where you need it to be. We talked about what's going to go in your stories. So you kind of have a plan of attack for your stories. You know what work with me's you're going to attend this week. We know my Instagram is Christina Tammy at Christina.Tammy. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't really even introduce myself because I'm so used to just like popping on here and rolling. I'm Christina Tammy. So we know what work with me's we're going to get to. We know when our meetings are, meaning our Zooms. So we know which Zooms we're going to. We got all of the things planned, right? So the next thing, we're going to take a few minutes before I end this and look at your business and what do you need? Do you need to plan content? I plan content 2 times a week, meaning I will sit down and do reels. Right. So 2 times a week, I will sit down, I'll do a bunch of reels. I already have things saved because during the week when I'm interacting, when I'm doing my 3-2-1s, when I'm doing my IPAs, I find sounds that I like. I see things that I like, I save them. So when it's time for me to go and recreate, I just go right to my saved folder. I have everything there and I just create, right? So I do that 2 times a week. You guys, I will bat like about an hour-ish, maybe sometimes more, depends on how much fun I'm having. And I can get out like 8 to 10 reels. And sometimes I am putting the words on it because I know what I want to say. And sometimes I'm just recording it, but I don't know what I want to talk about yet. So then I will save them. So I personally do that twice a week. I like to do that so that I'm just kind of also changing up my outfits a little bit. But it also just so that I don't like, it keeps me on my toes, meaning when I am in a creative state, for me personally, that's when I thrive. So if I like am creating new content, meaning I'm creating new Canva slides or creating new slides and I'm, walking around my home, taking different photos and I'm doing different reels, I stay in a very good place for my business. I love to create. It keeps me at high vibes. So I do that. I keep myself in high vibes, right? Do you need to check in with any customers? It's the beginning of the month. So for me personally, I am sending out all of my customer gifts that were on auto shipment. I'm doing gifts this month. Whether you could do, maybe you're going to do a product credit, or maybe you're just going to send a thank you card or whatever it may be. So it's the end of the month. So I'm going to get all of those ready because everything has kind of went. And I am going to send those out. Then what I'm going to do, it's, the first week. So our first auto shipment runs on Friday, right? So what I like to do is I have scheduled in my calendar what day I'm going to go look at all my auto ships that are running for the month. I check in at the beginning of the month. I let them know, hey, babe, just want to let you know you have your auto ship that's scheduled to run on the 5th. Please let me know if you need to change anything. Keep in mind, you can go in, you can manage it. How are you feeling with the products that you're on? If you need to, we can adjust anything so we can hit your health goals. I'm here if you need me, right? Whatever I send, I don't know. I just kind of whatever comes to mind at the time. I send that to all of my auto ships. I let them know when it's running. And guess what? If they don't get back to me or anything like that, I'm not worried about it. I reach out to them. I personally don't manage a ton of my customer accounts because it's a lot to keep. And I then worry, but in the sense of, if they tell me, hey, Christina, can you change my auto shipment? Yes, I'll go change it. But I don't put myself in charge of your auto shipment to run. I let you know it's going to run. If you need it to change, you can log in and change it, or let me know and I'd be more than happy to change it. But I don't make it to the point where I'm the one changing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I put the ball in their court and then they can let me know. So I do that at the beginning of the month. Then I'm checked in with all my auto ship customers. I don't have to try to come back on the 10th and the 15th and the 25th. Nope. I do it at the beginning of the month. I check in with everybody and I move on. So, that's things that we're going to go ahead, take the next like 5 minutes, and then we'll close out the Zoom. What else you need to put in with your business? You need to check in at sample trial packs, write that down. If you need to create content, write that down. If you need photos, write that down. If you need to do a training this week because, hey, I'm struggling with how to talk to promoters, I need to go and really up my ante with that. I'm going to go and find a training about talking to promoters. I'm going to make sure I watch that. You might not want, maybe you're like, I got a lot of things and I don't know where to fit them in. Okay. So maybe you're not going to write them down on your list. I always have a notepad with me and I brain dump. So right now you could brain dump all that you need to do. Right. So it could be like, oh, I got to do this. I got to check in with that. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got personal life. I got to call the doctor. I got to do this. I write everything down. Okay. And then every day I pick at least 3 things off of this to do. So I have like a top 3 every single day so that I get things done. Right. Certain things do need to go at a certain time. Like I know I need to check in with my auto ship customers before the 5th. So I know, like, I already have that scheduled on the 3rd. I'm going to put on Thursday, the 3rd, I'm going to check in with all my auto ship customers to let them know, gives them enough time. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. I batch every morning for 20 minutes. Ooh, I love that. I batch every morning for 20 minutes. I recreate and save. I love that. I might have to put that in 20 minutes. I like that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and then we'll wrap up. All right, guys, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. I'll stay on for a minute so I can answer them. If not, you guys, we just planned out an amazing week of content. We have so much in our planner. We are so organized. You guys, here's the thing though. If you just leave your calendar and you don't look at it again, what was the point? Right? Y'all just spent probably an hour on the batching. Maybe you spent an hour with me, or whatever the case may be, but you took the time. Show up, right? Show up for your business. This holds me accountable. This also helps me track, right? So I will go in, I mark things down, I write things down so that in 90 days from now, like Lindsay says, this is a 90-day business. In 90 days from now, when I look back, I can see, what was I doing? Was I showing up for my calendar? Was I showing up to work with me? Was I doing my IPAs? Was I being intentional? Was I staying focused? Like, was I getting uncomfortable? You know what I'm saying? Like those types of things, you guys, this is your accountability partner right here, right here. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. Let me just make sure what is batching? Oh, thank you, Sam, for taking that. Okay, cool. So if you guys have any questions, I'm Christina Tamia on all socials, so you can go ahead and message me. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. Take the rest of the day today to keep planning, meaning today I will go through and I will, touch any of the topics that I want to talk about. Maybe I didn't finish any of the content or writing captions and everything. So I will do that. I get photos ready. I already have some photos in my phone. So I will go ahead, put my presets on them, and I drop them into my folders under my photos so that I have those ready. I have everything kind of ready and planned to go into the week, right? I kind of am writing things down. I'm looking at things. I'm seeing what I need to do, so on and so forth. So the on Sundays, I do a lot of planning. I get my house in order because when my house is in order mentally, I'm better. So I kind of like get things together and then I know what I'm looking for and working for. So the rest of my Sunday is more planning. I'm not really doing 3-2-1s and all that kind of stuff. I'm more planning so that my week can be very intentional. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday and I will see you guys all next week. Bye.